Hello guys, once again it's Matt, and today we have another video. Let's thank our members, of Fruco members, Overlanding 11B, Cots, and Crazy Boo. Thank you for helping out. Thank you all the Fox Band members and the Fish Band members. Make sure to subscribe and let's get into it. So, the last video of the new BR changes. Technically, I'm going to do a video on the MiG-19 that I really wanted to do one, but still it didn't change, just the aircraft around it. So yeah, let's first talk about the last aircraft that we're going to talk about that got a BR change. That is the J32B, which is the interceptor variant of the Lansing, which is basically a 1950s interceptor around the same era as the MiG-19, the Super Sabre, a little bit later than that, like a couple of years, I think, later than that, but still, it is a very, very good aircraft. It has a properly good radar for this BR. It has very good ammunition, to be honest, with the AIM-9Bs. You know, it helps a lot. You get a lot of kills, as you're going to see with me here with the AIM-9Bs. And the cannons are pretty amazing as well. 30 millimeters, 4 of them. You just have not that many rounds to actually shoot at people, you know, but still with the stealth rounds, it is very doable to actually kill a lot of people with it. You just have to actually be careful with the amount of ammo that is just, you know, expended sometimes. Another thing that you have to consider is that it is not a very good dogfighter in general. You know, it is an aircraft that can do dogfights, but normally you will lose for some aircraft like a Sabre or something like that. Normally, if you try to just go below like 500 kilometers per hour, you can actually turn pretty well. Not that low, like at least lower than 700, 800 maybe. You can turn pretty well, kind of, but it does compress a lot, you know, in high speeds. So you have to just consider that it is a proper 1950s interceptor, you know. It is a very kind of different aircraft, but it feels familiar to actually fly with it. It feels like a more rugged F-100, you know, kind of using older design philosophies, but still fairly modern at that time and fairly good, you know. It's not supersonic, at least not in level flight, and yeah, it is an aircraft that I don't think I ever did a video on this aircraft actually. Maybe, I don't know. But as you see, the cannons are pretty amazing, and this is the most there's basically two types of battles, as normally the 9.3s that I told you about are having. One of them is kind of a down tier kind of situation that you will end up having to fight Sabres and F9Fs, F9Fs, MiG-17s, MiG-15s, stuff like that. And then you have an up tier that you will be facing a lot of Su-25s, A-10s, 10.0s, F5s, you know, Mirages, MiG-21s. So it is not the greatest thing against an up tier, obviously, but it is doable. You know, it's an aircraft that you can actually fly particularly well. To be honest, especially because it has the speed to be safe from most aircraft anyway, you know. Even though, of course, many aircraft will be faster than you. Normally, an aircraft that even a supersonic aircraft like a MiG-21, they will be flying around the same speed that you are, around 1,000 kilometers per hour, and in dogfights and stuff like that. So it is just a matter of, you know, you are basically the same speed. You are more compressed than them, but still it is an aircraft that can be fairly okay to actually fight an up tier. So it becomes kind of a very good aircraft to actually fly. You know, it's easy to fly. I don't remember how it was when stock, but we don't kind of review it. It's stock. I mean, basically every aircraft in the game are really bad at stock. There are some aircraft that are alright stock, but most of them are just bad stock. So yeah, if you are trying to just get this aircraft and try to spade it, remember that, you know, any aircraft is bad stock probably, you know. And the only aircraft that actually I got that was actually kind of OP when stock 2 was the MiG-23 MLD when it came. I mean, in the first match I remember because it was so different from the normal stock experience, but the first match in that aircraft I got like 4 kills just with the guns and the R3Ss back in the day. So yeah, it was yeah. So most aircraft will be bad, okay? So try to just keep flying the aircraft and getting points and stuff. You will get there, and once you get there, especially with the M9Bs, a little bit of more engine power, you become, the new boosters help a lot. It becomes an aircraft that is very, very respectable, you know. So have that in mind. And the radar is not the most amazing thing ever, but it does help to find some targets, especially in late matches like this, that you can actually find somebody to just have a proper look, you know. Obviously it's like a help for your Mark 1 eyeball, you know. So yeah, in a general sense, I think the 9.3 BR, the new BR, is a good addition. It's not something that I think I mean, I was not expecting it, but it is an aircraft that was kind of in the shadow because of the BR that it was before, the 9.7, you know. Like a lot of aircraft were, you know. If you remember, even the F100, for example, I did a video on the F100 already, but I want to do another one on the F100D, probably, or the A from the Chinese, one of them, soon as well, because it is an aircraft that is kind of in the shadows. I'm here fighting one even, and it is an aircraft that is very, very good, especially when in a down tier like this. It is still a 9.3 aircraft, so it faces the up tiers as well, but it is a very comparable aircraft to the J32. I still think the F100 is better than this, especially the American one because of the missiles, but it is still, in the general purpose as well, it is a little bit better than this. But yeah, I don't know, it's an aircraft, the J32, getting back to the Lancing, it's an aircraft that most people, as I was saying, kind of don't even think about it too much. And it is a heavy aircraft, you know, it's a large aircraft as well. So it is not for those people that like nimble stuff, you know. It's definitely less maneuverable and less, you know, the feeling is heavier than the J29, you know, that you probably flew before this. So yeah, but still, it is an aircraft that it's fairly. The turn rate is fairly good. As you see here, the F100, it is an aircraft that can turn better than me. It has the slats and stuff, and I can kind of manage to keep it up, you know. So yeah, and here we have some of these situations that you have to just be smart about it, you know. The A10s and the Su-25s will be there to kill you, so just be careful, man. These R60Ms and A9Ls, they are tough to beat. And yeah, you just have to be smart. Don't go head on with them, you know. Be just smart and play it safe. Go higher. Normally these aircraft don't fly higher, so just try to get them by surprise if you are facing them, because they will be the toughest competition that you will have, just because of the missiles, you know. Of course, facing an F5C, for example, will be tough as well. He's faster than you, he will turn better than you, but still, the F5A and the F5C. The MiG-21s, obviously, they turn a little bit better than you, not a lot better than you, and they kind of are a lot faster than you as well. So, yeah, be careful, man. Be careful. There are some very tough aircraft to fight against this, you know. But finally, it is in a BR that 50% of the time, at least, you will get down tiers, just like the A32. And with these cannons, these missiles especially, I mean, I love the M9Bs in these BRs, you know. It is a bad missile when you are flying 9.7s plus, you know. But when you are flying an 8.7, 9.0, 9.3, the missiles are pretty alright. You will have problems with it, but the missiles can do damage, as you see here. A lot of the kills that I got in this video were just with the missiles. The missiles are a very, very good tool for you to have. Just be reasonable with it. I have a video about how I use AIM-9Bs, you know. I have kind of a checklist that I normally think about when I'm using these first generation IR missiles, you know. I have to have certain parameters to actually fire the missile, and you can change between them as well. For example, the target being slow, being less than 2 kilometers, not knowing that you are there. Some of the parameters are like that. Being fast, you know, your aircraft being fast. So if you use some of these parameters, As I said, I have a video about it, check it out, but it just makes it a little bit easier to actually use an aircraft such as this. Use it as an interceptor, okay? Be smart about your energy, try to stay fast, don't try to outturn everything that you face, okay? Because you will end up having some problems with it. Be a little bit careful with a certain aircraft, like I said, the Su-25 and A-10. And yeah, basically, this is it. So I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Let me know in the comments what you think about the J32. And I see you guys on the next one. Bye, guys.